Welcome to one of those, the show that explores the art of sneaker culture. I'm your host, Adam Butler, back with another episode. Thank you so kindly for being here. Okay, first and foremost, for all of my podcast listeners, and especially my people on YouTube, you're probably noticing a little hoarseness in my voice. You're probably seeing that I got these glasses on YouTube. That's because allergies are currently defeating your boy. I am losing the battle to allergies. Okay, like it's been really tough. My eyes have been itchy. My throat has been itchy. It's been doing the job on me. But I'm here. I'm here for the people. I'm here for you. Please bear with me today, man. I'm rocking out because I love you all. And there's just some stuff I got to talk about. I couldn't take a week off. Who takes a week off? I don't. I've done it before, but I'm not doing it this week. Okay, I'm here to talk about StockX, and I'm here to talk about this new slate of Jordan brand sneakers that are going to be dropping this year. Normally, I don't pay too much attention to this. Normally, the slate is, whatever, the Christmas slate is cool. But there's a couple of sneakers that are dropping that really caught my attention. I'm really excited about these, and I think there's some interesting. One of the sneakers for sure has an interesting theme to it. The other two are classics that I wasn't paying attention to at first, but now that I really look at them, I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to be talking about 3 of the sneaker drops from the Jordan brand slate that I'm really looking forward to, and I think you all should be looking forward to as well. And trust me, this list has hype on it. It has all the things you love. It has hype. It has sleepers on it. And something that's sort of in between. But I got a really interesting feeling and a strange feeling, a little hunch, that you're going to be able to cop all of these with some level of ease. I'm jumping out there, especially when I show you one of these. And for y'all heads out there, y'all know which one I'm about to talk about. But one of these I'm going to show you, I think it's going to be easier to cop than we initially thought. Okay, we're going to get to that a little bit later. Our Jordan brand fall and winter slate sneakers that I'm excited about. We're going to get to that in a second. Before that, I'm going to talk about StockX. But before that, I want to let you know that you need to go ahead and subscribe to the Up On Game Network. Man, we're premiering new shows every week. We got, listen, anything sports, anything culture, we are on it. Fashion, anything. Listen, I can't sell it enough, man. I'm so proud of the team. What we doing over here is super dope. Subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to our podcast, especially on iHeart. That moves the algorithm. That gets our faces in front of you. And if you tune into this show, I know that's what you want. Yeah, I know you want my face. Even when I got allergy face, you want my face in front of you. I know it. So go ahead and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting platforms, the podcast network on all podcasting platforms, the Up On Game Network, especially iHeart, and go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube so we can continue to entertain you like we do. All right. So anyone that's in the sneakers probably saw that this weekend we thought we would treat it to an early Christmas gift, especially if you shop on StockX. A mystery $100 bonus code dropped online, and for StockX, obviously. And people were losing their minds. They were doing what you were supposed to do, which is buy it up. Anytime any brand that you shop with drops a $100 discount code, you use that thing. And I remember something similar happened. I think it was like Uber Eats or something like that, or DoorDash, one of them. Sorry if I'm wrong, don't come after me. It was a mistake, but I feel like it happened. It was some type of large discount code happened. A bunch of people took advantage of it. And, the company was basically just forced to kind of hold the bag and just go, well, it's food. What are we going to do? But this is different. StockX, and I talked about it on the show, StockX has been catching a lot of flack lately. I remember when StockX first came out, a lot of people were celebrating it. It was one of those companies that was innovative, really changed the game. A lot of people that were anti-reseller thought that StockX would sort of like normalize the market. People that were resellers were excited to have like a third party to sell their sneakers through. And it wasn't like a Facebook meetup where you had to meet somebody in like in a shady alley and sell them a piece of, a pair of sneakers. StockX was very favorable in the beginning. It was easy to get your sneakers. You can get pretty much any sneaker you can imagine on this website. Again, if you were a seller, you were making money. If you were a buyer, if you had the money, you can get whatever you want. Then the whole controversy came out about fake sneakers passing through StockX. Now, we talked about this a billion times on this show. Go listen to some of my older episodes if you want to hear about reps and things like that. Reps are getting so hard to point out and recognize these days that I'm not going to be so hard on StockX about that. Do I want to buy fake sneakers through a reselling website? Hell no. Do I want to buy fake sneakers at all? Hell no. But I especially don't want to buy fake sneakers through a website that's supposed to be like experts on authenticating and fact checking sneakers. All right. But it's getting difficult for everybody. And some people are just like waiting around for the death of StockX because they see StockX as sort of like the ultimate tool for the reseller that ultimately hurt the sneaker game and the streetwear and fashion game for a long time. I understand it. We talk about hype a lot on this show. We talk about how the hype is sort of dipping down. I believe it's a good thing. And as a result, companies like StockX will suffer because less people are buying hyped up, super expensive sneakers through the website. And maybe the company doesn't suffer, but the reseller definitely suffers when they want to put their sneaker on. They go out and buy the sneaker and try to resell it for double, triple the price. It's difficult to make that money when people aren't spending that money, obviously. Duh, right? But this $100 coupon had people super excited for a couple of hours. Not only the people that were able to get $100 off on whatever sneaker they wanted to buy. So, for example, if you're buying a sneaker that's selling for $300 on StockX, you use your $100 coupon, you're getting it for $200. If you're going even better and you're buying a $200 sneaker, you do the math. If you happen to find a $100 sneaker, do the math. Obviously, it's good for the consumer. But resellers were getting really excited for just a couple of minutes. It was this glimpse of hope. Because they believe that all of this overstock that they had, inventory that they just have sitting around at their house, they believed that they had sold all of this stuff. Because again, so many people got their hands on the $100 discount code that they were just buying. So people were feeling like, yo, this is going to reset the market. Oh, my God, for sellers. Oh, my God, all the stuff I had sitting now is sold out. Now I can raise the price because I have something that you don't want, that you want. Not that you don't want, that you do want. Again, allergies. Sorry, people, my brain is foggy. You understand what I'm saying? It was like a glimmer of hope for the reselling market. Now, obviously, this code should never been out in public. Obviously, this is not like an accidental code that drops like for McDonald's or Uber Eats or something like that. It's not a bunch of food that you can't, get people to just ship back or stop the shipment on. These are sneakers. These are clothes. This is clothes. These are watches, things like that, right? By the way, StockX sells pretty much everything. So what StockX did was canceled the code and then proceeded to cancel all of the orders that was purchased through this code or with this code. People pissed off. Why you pissed off, I don't know. I mean, again, you knew it was a fluke when it dropped. I knew it. I didn't even want to put my card in because of fear that my money would be caught up in limbo, right? That if I would spend this money, say I use it on a $500 sneaker, if I spend this money, say I use it on a $200 sneaker or even a $100 sneaker, I'm still going to have to pay for shipping and everything like that. So there's still about $40 that just would have been sitting in limbo for a code that I'm not really sure is real or not. Or that I'm not sure the company isn't going to just go, yo, we didn't mean for that to come out. Let's cancel these orders. But the resellers are really disappointed because some of them moved quickly, started getting those labels out and started trying to ship these sneakers. Now, I'm not here to say anything negative about StockX or anything. It just shows you that hype moves in mysterious ways. And the sneaker industry is still trying, and the streetwear industry, especially at its peak popularity, which it is. I think that's why the hype dipped down a little bit, because so many people into it, and not so many people, and not the majority of people are not used to spending, crazy amounts of money on stuff like this. So people are going other routes. They're thrifting, they're doing things like that to get their sneakers, so on and so on. Again, this is not an indictment on StockX. It's just an interesting story. People are still trying to figure their way around this stuff. There are a lot of resellers with stuff sitting on StockX. Think of a store with an inventory room full of product that no one can afford. And I keep saying, if they want to sell this stuff, they need to knock these prices down. I keep saying it. When you outprice your consumer, you are doing bad business. You're not selling Maybachs. You're selling sneakers. And if you thought you had hit the lottery because some $100 discount code hit the website that you're using to sell your product through, and you lucked up and now you can sell your product, and now you have to refund that product. Well, I mean, not refund it, but get that product returned to you. Knock $100 off of your product. Make your money. Listen, I'm no economist, all right? I could barely balance my checkbook. I'm a podcaster and a director. That's what I do, amongst other things. I'm a journalist too. You get my point. I'm not a mathematician, but it seems like simple math to me. Make your money. Knock the $100 off that you already had on it. If people were willing to buy something for $100 cheaper and you end up not making a sale, why not make the sale? Or hold on to it and hope the hype skyrockets back up. Hey, it does eventually. Maybe it will again. I don't know. We'll see. I do want to talk about some sneakers that has some hype to it and could be overhyped up, but I got a feeling that you're going to be able to cop these things. Let's talk about it next. Okay, so I want to correct something I said earlier, because as I looked at the list again, and let me go ahead and grab my phone. I got my glasses on anyway, so I got the phone out. But again, allergies, y'all. Sorry about this. I know I said 3 sneakers. I'm actually going to go with 4, because I looked at this list again and realized there's something else on here. I've always liked this sneaker. I always thought this sneaker was super cool. So I want to cop this sneaker. Okay, this is just one I want to cop, and I'm going to start with this one. All right. But before that, just a reminder what we're talking about. Jordan Brand, and they do this pretty much every year. They give you their slate for the rest of the year. They did this on the Nike app, on the sneakers app, which is basically the Nike app, but the sneakers app, which I've been critical of. I actually hit on the sneakers app recently. I'll show you the sneaker I copped next week, but I've been critical of the sneakers app because you can't ever win anything on it. You can't buy nothing from it. So what's the point of the app? But there have been improvements to the app recently. They have a lot of programming on the app that makes the app at least worth having on your phone. Because the hype has gone down, it's been a little easier to buy sneakers. So I'm not as angry at the sneakers app as I used to be. And the sneakers app, they have their live shows where they pretty much, show you sneakers that's coming out. They talk to different creatives and people within the sneaker industry. It's pretty cool. And they had their Jordan Brand slate for the rest of the year. Now, a lot of the joints on here, I don't like to use the term bricks, but, stuff that people, it's whatever. They just shoes, basically. They're cool. They're cool. Not anything I'm on the lookout for, but I don't need to buy everything. Not everything needs to be for me. But there are 4 sneakers on here, 3 that I think are super interesting, and 1 more that I just want to cop. Okay. So actually, I'll start with the one I want to cop. Actually, no, I'll get to the one I want to just cop. I'll go with that one a little bit later. I want to start with the sneakers that I think are super interesting that are dropping. Okay. And I'm going to start with the one that probably has the most hype behind it. Okay? And I'm talking about the Air Jordan 1 High OG Chicago Reimagined. Okay. I've talked about this sneaker before. Remember I told that story about the guy that was trying to resell me the sneaker, and it was Jordan 1. And I went on this whole rant about like Jordan 1s and how, they should ever cost $1,200. Jordan 1 Chicago should not cost like $1,200. And I believe that. Okay, I understand I'm wrong on that. I understand what the facts are, but I still don't believe that shoe should be a $1,200 shoe. And I'm definitely not about to be putting $1,000 down payment or spending $1,000 on a sneaker that hasn't come out yet. Now, currently, this sneaker is reselling, and let me pull up StockX. Okay, so the Air Jordan 1 Reimagined, Lost and Found is what they call it as well, is selling on StockX in my size for $1,300. Okay, all right, listen, okay. I might be wrong. That is the resale on the sneaker right now, okay? I might be wrong. But I have a strange feeling, guys. I could be wrong on this one, okay? But this is it. This is my bold prediction. I think this sneaker is going to be easy to get. I just do. I really, really do. I don't think this is going to be one of those sneakers that's going to be crazy limited. I don't have the news on it or anything like that. I'm not sure. If you want to let me know in the comments below if this is going to be considered like a sneaker that's going to be super limited. But for what I'm hearing, and again, it's not like official from Nike or anything like that, it's not going to be crazy limited. Now, if people try to gobble this sneaker up on the resale and they try to buy a bunch of pairs, I know a couple of people on Twitter have been saying this. People may buy up a bunch of pairs and that will make it difficult for people to be able to cop it live. That's always a possibility. But I have a very strong feeling. It's just a feeling. Okay, it's just a feeling, y'all, that this sneaker will not be hard to get. If you want to cop it for retail within a reasonable time, you will be able to cop it. This is just the Swami. The Swami is just telling you. This is just me predicting it. I don't have. It's just my feeling. I think you should be encouraged by this sneaker. I like it. I like the details on it. I like the OG cut on it. I like the little, the lost and found look to it. I like the packaging. I like all of it. I love the Chicago 1, even though my thoughts on the Chicago 1 is that it should not be a shoe that you can't get your hands on unless you have $1,200. That's just, I don't believe it should be, but I like this sneaker. I believe this sneaker will be available for that reason, that it's a Chicago 1. They're putting a lot of push behind it, and I think they want people to be wearing this on feet. It's coming out somewhat close to the holiday, November 18th, so it's getting close to that Christmas time. I think they want people to have this sneaker, not because they're charitable or anything like that, but I think this is just the sneaker that they know they can make a lot of money on. It's a Chicago 1, okay? I think you're going to be able to cop this sneaker, y'all. Take it from me. Take it from your boy. I think you're going to be able to cop this sneaker. That's just my opinion. So that's why that's number 1 on my list of most interesting sneakers coming out in the Jordan slate. The Chicago 1 Lost and Found, the OG. Take it from me. You might be able to get your hands on this one easily. Let's see what happens when it comes out. If I'm wrong, let me know. Feel free to make fun of me. All right, let's get to number 2. Now, speaking of OGs, let's go in order, why don't we? The Jordan 2. Okay, now, I love Jordan 2s. And the Jordan 2s had a lot of hype around it, but only with, collaborations and stuff like that, right? Only when it's like Amamanier and other like big brands kind of getting behind the Jordan 2. Nobody's really just copying like colorways of Jordan 2, except for me, because I'm just original like that. No, let me stop. No. But Jordan is taking a risk. Maybe not a risk. Jordan is doing something interesting this time around. It's not a collaboration. All right. There's no brand behind it other than Jordan and Nike. The Jordan 2 OG is dropping. By far the least popular silhouette in the original Jordan runs, meaning like Jordans 1 through 13 or 14. The one no one ever thinks about. The one that you used to could go to the swap meet and pick up a couple of years ago. The Jordan 2, like the Jordan 2. Not a collaboration. not a reimagining. The Jordan 2 is dropping. I'm definitely copying this one. Shouts out to my man Dope Closet Thrift. I left him hanging. I was trying to cop a pair of Jordan 2s from him that were very similar. It wasn't the OG, but it was one of the OG colorways of Jordan 2. And I wasn't able to cop from my man. You know what I mean? That was my wife's birthday and my anniversary week. I just didn't have the dividends to give up to buy it. But, so shouts out to him. I apologize to you, my brother. But this one I'm copying. But will you cop? Will you cop the Jordan 2 without a hype collaboration behind it? Without some brand or celebrity telling you to buy this? This is a real test for the Jordan 2. How popular is this sneaker for real, for real? Are people going to just go buy it because it's the original OG and it's just a clean sneaker? Or do you need big brand behind it to buy this sneaker? That's why I think this is interesting, because I'm buying it regardless. For me, it's what I do. But what about you? Are you copying this one just off the history? Because it was original and it's clean and it's the classic black, white, red? Or do you need hype behind it? Are you really into the Jordan 2 or not? It's interesting to me. So we gonna see. This one, that's why that's number 2 on my list, okay? I love that sneaker, but do you love the sneaker for real? Is it gonna sit? Is it gonna be easy to cop? I got a feeling it will be. Or is the hype train real on the Jordan 2? All right, let's get to the next one. Number 3. Okay, this sneaker has no hype behind it at all. In fact, it is a silhouette that people don't even really wear like that anymore, which is amazing, because the Jordan 7 used to be a big deal. Now it's not, and it's not. It's a Jordan 7 SE, but it's really interesting to me. It's the Jordan 7 SE Afro beats, okay? Now, sometimes when it goes to these kind of like these gimmicks and, Afro beats and all that, and, Black History Month, sometimes these sneakers are real hit and miss, swing and a miss for me. You know what I mean? There's no real culture behind it, no real history, but it's something about this one that's interesting. And I wonder who is going to be the audience for this sneaker. Who is the person that may go out and cop this? I don't see it having any hype, no resale hype for sure. And it's definitely going to sit on shelves. But if you're looking for something that just kind of looks good and also has like a cool theme behind it, I think this is an opportunity to buy something. I think this is the opportunity to go ahead and cop a sneaker that is definitely going to sell. And I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe the marketing push has worked on me. Maybe I'm just easy like that. But the Afro Beats thing, I think I'm down with that. I think I'm down with the Afro beats. I think I'm cool. I think, I want to see more sneakers that sort of represent cultures. You know what I mean? The West Indies Air Force One came out recently, or re-released recently. I like that. You know what I mean? I like when sneakers try to tell stories, and I like when sneakers try to really, represent a culture. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with that one. It's interesting to me. I don't think it's going to sell at all. Like, I have no confidence that this sneaker is going to sell, because again, this is Jordan 7. It's a Jordan 7 SE, and it's a very unique colorway. But I do think that people are starting to get back into sneakers for different reasons other than just hype. So I'm curious as to who will go ahead and pick this one up, and who is but who is who's going to be willing to spend their money on this one. And I think the people that are going to be, I think they're going to pick up a cool sneaker. I might even consider picking up this sneaker just because, again, it looks cool to me. And I like the story behind it, okay? Let's get to our last one, number 4. This is just a sneaker that I really just want to cop because I think it looks dope. The Jordan 4 Canyon Purple. Ooh, this is a beautiful sneaker. And this sneaker reminds me, it doesn't look like it's supposed to come out like now. It looks like it's one of the sneakers that would have been like crazy hot, like in 2015, 2014. And that is a compliment. That's not a disrespect. Like, I like that it has colors. I like that it's different. I like that it has a pop to it. I like that it's not like, we're really into like a lot of like monotone and like fall, like brown colors. And, we've been, New Balance and all that is hot right now. And, I get it. Like, we want our sneakers to kind of be subtle. This sneaker is not subtle at all. This sneaker pops. You're going to wear this. Your feet will be noticed. I think the bottom's even glow in the dark. Like, this is a crazy sneaker, and I love it, man. I yearn for the days where the sneaker makes the outfit again, man. I yearn for the days where we want to be different on our feet as opposed to just, well, this is the hype, and we all kind of just walking around with a uniform again. I understand. I did my grown man sneaker list not too long ago, so I understand it. I get it. You have to have balance, especially at my old age, right? But this one right here, man, I think it's honestly, it's a beautiful sneaker, and I don't know how it's going to do in terms of the sell. Like, I have a feeling that this one's going to get, ate up. And what else is cool about this sneaker is that there was like this Travis Scott 4 that kind of got teased around. I think it was like a friends and family thing. It had that purple in it. Everybody thought that it was going to drop after the blue ones dropped. This kind of looks like that one. It doesn't look exactly like it, but it plays in that playground of that Travis Scott. So there may be a lot of hype around this sneaker. This sneaker, along with those Jordan 1s, could be the hardest ones to get, even though I think that the Jordan 1 is going to be easy to cop. I keep saying it. I might be flat wrong, but I got a feeling. But this one, I think that is going to be hard. I don't know if it's going to resell for a lot of money. If you're willing to spend some bread, I think you're going to be able to get this one. I don't think it's going to pass like that $400 mark. I personally don't. I could be wrong, though. I'm not an expert on these things. So I'm looking forward to this one. And I threw this one on the list. You can call it an honorable mention, number 4, whatever you want to call it, because it's just a dope looking sneaker. And it's the most visually appealing sneaker that dropped on that list for me, man. So I'm copping this one. I'm going to try to cop everything I talked about, even those 7s, because I think they're kind of cool. I think they're going to cool. Let me know what you're going to drop. Comment below, man. Let me know, man. Hit us up in the comment section on the YouTube. Hit us up in the comment section on our podcast platforms. And if you're watching this on IG, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know which ones you plan on dropping and what sneaker out of the Jordan slate was interesting to you. All right, big shout outs to you all for tuning in, man. Thank you for bearing with me with these allergies, with these glasses. My eyes are like red. I don't know if you can see them through the glasses, but man, it's been crazy. I made it through, y'all. Thank you so much for just riding with me and dealing with me. You guys are the greatest, man. I really do mean that. I really do appreciate everyone that tunes into the show, everyone that hits me up, and there's a lot of you that do it, man. I really do appreciate everybody that hits me up and say, yo, good work on the show, man. Thank you. I don't take you all for granted. You know what I mean? We've been rocking. We've been at this thing for about 6 months now. It's been a really, really cool ride, and I hope to continue this ride over here at Up On Game and iHeartRadio. It's super duper cool, man. And I hope that you all are going to be copping something from that Jordan slate or just something. Listen, the holidays are coming up. Treat yourself, right? I know I'm sitting here telling you to spend your money, and I'm telling you how to spend your money. I'm sorry about that, but you're listening to a sneaker show. I'm going to encourage you to buy sneakers, okay? When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. Didn't Deion say that a long time ago? I think he did. That's the motto for life, okay? The holidays are coming up. Treat yourself. Do something good for yourself. There's a lot of cool things coming out, man. Whatever you're interested in, whatever your hobby is, make sure you partake in that. Don't just be talking about it. Be about it, man. Life is short, all right? We're here for a fun time and a short time, so let's enjoy it all right? Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Remember to follow the team, the Up On Game Network, at the Up On Game Network on all social platforms. Remember to follow the squad, the OMF Network, the On My Feet Network on all social platforms. Follow me, MSR_Adam, MSR_Adam on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to follow me on TikTok, it's the Butler Did It Podcast. I'm here. Comment. Let me know what you think. Holla at your boy. Mind your mental health, okay? Mind your mental health, ladies and gentlemen. Do that. Never forget to do that, okay? Mind your physical health, all right? Take care of yourself. It's getting cold outside, all right? Do what you got to do to make sure you're on the up and up, all right? And never, ever forget, and please continue to be great. I'm up out of here. Peace.